Hi, morning. Well, it seems like it's going to be another choppy day of trade in the Indian equity markets, and there are a few factors to bear in mind as to why that is. So as I look at the screen right now, the Nifty 50 has been flitting between gains and losses. As of now, it is defending that 15,000 mark. But let's look a little closer. You've got 18 stocks approximately that are gaining in trade today, 20 right now as I look at the screen. But the real story is among the losers. The top losers, and I'm reading them out, Tata Steel is down about 4.6%, Hindalco is down about 4%, JSW Steel is down about 2%, and then you have also the likes of ONGC, Britannia, Coal India, Sun Pharma, Grasim that are in the red. But the real story is the metals pack, and they're languishing in trade. The reason for that is the commentary from the Federal Reserve that came in overnight, and this is from the minutes of the last meeting that took place in April. What was said? Well, simply that if the US economy continues to improve, continues to gain ground, then at some point there will need to be a conversation about when asset purchases by the US Fed will need to be rolled back. Till now, there has been no mention of even the possibility of a conversation about that. They have said very clearly that till our goals are achieved, we will continue with asset purchases, we will continue with accommodative monetary policy. So that shift in tone, or even that shift in messaging to a certain extent, has to a certain extent roiled the markets. Equity markets in the US went lower. You had bond yields that spiked. You also had metals across the board that have been on a secular uptrend over the past several weeks and months. You had them cool off just a tad bit, and that is reflective in the prices. So if you look at the sectoral picture, that will tell you the story, in that you will see that the metals pack as a whole is losing close to 3%, but the others are not really doing much in trade. So you have the Nifty Bank that is holding on to green as of now, up about 0.1%. Auto is just about flat. FMCG is about 0.2% in the red. IT is about 0.2% in the red. Media is up about 0.6%. Pharma is flat, and you have realty, which is down about 0.5%. The broader markets are actually doing quite or reasonably well for themselves. Mid cap index, at least for a while, was flat, but it's lost ground as of now. The small cap index is actually doing quite well. It's up about 0.2%, which is, well, it's outperforming the benchmarks at this point. Overall, the market breadth for the broader markets is currently in favor of the advances. Over 1,000 gainers at this point, and about 750 declines. But that could shift at any moment. You have the sense that today is going to be a bit of a choppy day of a trade. What will you look forward to? Well, yesterday I said that the flows picture would need to be watched carefully, and that proved to be something that was important, in that you had both the foreign institutions as well as the domestic institutions sell in trade yesterday. Not as substantial as the numbers have been in the recent past, but 700 odd crores on a net basis by foreign institutions. DI has actually sold more than that, 850 odd crores. So the flows over the next week or so do bear watching. On the COVID front, there's still reasonably good news. You had about 2.7, 2.8 lakh fresh cases being reported, but really the key is going to be the vaccination drive, which hopefully will gather momentum, and then we'll see a secular improvement in not just COVID cases, but also when you have an opening up of lockdown restrictions that are in several states. You see action on the ground, and you see demand coming back in a big way. So let's wait for that. Right now it's wait and watch mode, and the benchmarks are fluctuating between gains and losses as we speak.